Follow me.
Here she is.
What's going on?
Expecting us.
Madame?
Get up.
Madame, weak.
Get up!
What do you want with me?
Get yourself downstairs, now!
Why?
Thy will be done.
You know why!
As it is in heaven.
Madame?
She's dead. They're both dead. Your mistress and your master, too. No! Which you well know, seeing as it's you who killed them.
No, you can't be dead. Please wake
Come on!
up. No!
Look at what you've done.
What have you done to her? I told her. I warned her. What have you done to her?
I walk in the valley with the shadow of death. I shall fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff.
Got the twitches, have you? Take it off then.
It won't rub off. Now that you know, I thank you to keep your hands to yourself.
Miss Langton! Miss Langton!
Miss Langton. William Pettigrew, I'm your brief. Do you know what one of those is?
I have not instructed you.
The Society has taken an interest in your case.
The scientists or the do-gooders.
What difference does it make?
So I'll know whether you want to tame me or to rescue me.
Tell them you'll speak with me. Double murder is a hanging offense, Miss Langton. Do you have anyone else?
going to be difficult for you to do your lying if you're not even prepared to be in the same room as me.
Your reputation precedes you. If you start guzzling this damn drug now, I'll be unlikely to get any sense out of you for quite some time.
I guarantee laudanum will be more use to me than law.
I shall do my best to provide a useful quantity of both. But first, I need some information.
I don't know what happened.
You were arrested in your mistress's bed.
It's where I slept. It's where I always slept. I didn't know she was dead. I loved her. And she loved me.
You loved her.
Love isn't what you were expecting. Fucking. Maybe. But not love.
I can't help you unless you give me something to help you with.
I was sleeping. And so was she. That's all I remember. I'm sorry.
Tell me what happened before you went to sleep.
She wasn't well. She wasn't up to hosting. But Mr. Benham wanted a party. He insisted on it. Whenever he said jump, everyone in that house said how high. So she went.
And then?
Then she and I had a set to.
A set two?
This is death.
There's a rather long list of witnesses claiming you threatened the Benhams last night in front of their guests.
Who? Who is saying that?
They've got a statement from the victim's cousin, Miss Hepzibah Elliot. She's saying you formed an unnatural attachment to your mistress. Then there's Mr. Olorda Cambridge.
Him. Ask him where he was when she was dying.
And the housekeeper says you had to be locked in the attic after threatening the mistress.
I didn't threaten them. You think George Benham was some kind of god? Some great scientist? England's finest mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay no attention.
He had you all fooled.
Well, that's quite a thing to say about the man who took you in, gave you shelter.
You don't know a thing about him.
Didn't he take you in? When John Langton brought you here from Jamaica? I've been told he sent you into service with him.
John Langton did not send me into service. He gave me to George Benham.
I will play no part in slandering George Benham. There won't be a juror in England who'd be persuaded by it anyway. Maybe I can set up a proper argument in mitigation. I think we should weave your own history into it.
What does my history have to do with this?
The fact that you were enslaved in Jamaica. We can use your background to your advantage.
You want a slave story?
I can only imagine what you must have suffered.
You are making assumptions.
The effects of the environment you were raised in. That horrible institution. You were inculcated in violence.
You want me to say I did it?
We could run it alongside another argument. You were intoxicated, so addled by laudanum you weren't aware of what you were doing. We could find a doctor willing to swear to it.
You have it all decided already.
I'm trying to help you.
The thing you need to understand, Mr. Pettigrew, is that I'm fed up of people like you deciding who I am or what I am as soon as you take one look at me. And I will not confess to something I don't believe I've done. This is my story, and it's a story of love. Though everyone expected it to be a story of murder. In truth, no one ever expects any kind of story from a woman like me. No doubt you're thinking this will be just another one of those slave histories, all sugared over with misery and despair. It won't be. Because if you don't know by now what went on at all those West India estates, then you haven't been paying attention. This isn't a story about that.
What took you so long?
This is a story about me.
I hope you made sure it was hot this time. Good girl. Make sure my papers are in order.
Don't worry.
I want to take them to George as soon as we get off this fucking ship.
To who?
Son of a bitch thinks he can just toss me aside.
You're going to Benham's house?
You're going to...
No. That man's house is the last place on earth I want to set foot. Go on your own.
Get dressed. No, the green.
I don't want to go there.
You will go where I tell you. Wait here.
No one would believe that I was the one who followed him. That I didn't run as soon as I set foot on English soil. But what would I do? Where would I go?
Be very careful with this one. Come.
Sir? This won't end well. It won't. It did not end well with the boy. Yet here we are again. Where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon?
She's impudent. That will have to change.
Go with her.
How long will you be?
Langton, I thought I'd made myself clear.
My house burned down. Where else did you think I would go?
I'll take the girl, but you must find somewhere else to lay your head.
Don't worry about me.
Whatever association we may have had, Langton, is at an end.
Just read it.
First thing you will do is scrub your hands.
Is this how your guests are treated?
Suppose you'll soon learn how our guests are treated. But for now, you'll learn how our hands are treated. Kettle. Hot water. Soap. Wash yourself. If you know how. I will not abide strange smells.
I won't make any.
For pity's sake. Where do you think you're going?
Let me quote Locke. In the hope that his words might drill through to you, whatever I write, as soon as I discover it not to be true, my hand shall be forward as to throw it into the fire. Whatever happened to the little albino boy? Another casualty of your fire.
You shall not run the house at will, girl. You shall learn to do as you are bid.
The albino.
The last straw!
Gentlemen, I do beg your pardon. She would not settle downstairs.
Langton, I am treated like a servant here.
You are a servant here.
Charles!
What?
Do not embarrass me.
You're leaving?
And you're staying.
I'm not staying here. I am not staying here! Langton!
I said, do not embarrass me.
It's an even cavey business, if you ask me. Tipping a woman onto a man's doorstep. No one ever asks me. You people think you can just come here and snatch the bread from an Englishman's mouth.
Is he coming back?
I like this arrangement even less than you do. But we serve a common master now. Mr. Benham is our superintendent, just as God is his. There are many English girls who would give their eye teeth to serve as housemaid to George Benham.
No.
Enough. Follow me. You will sleep in the scullery. I will not take any chances on you roaming the house while we sleep. No one will force you, girl. We don't deal in that kind of savagery here. You must make your own choices.
Hello? Open this door! Hello? Let me out!
Door's unlocked. She'd quieten down for just 1 minute, then she'd see that there is quite simply no need for all this fuss. Porridge is under the fire cover. The yellow bowl on the table has been set aside for you. Don't use any of the others. Do you know how to use a spoon?
Are you serious?
You will address me as Mum.
I'm well aware of the customs of English dining. Mom.
There's a rushlight for you there. Make that one last the month. Soap, you'll get on the same schedule. Change into that.
Never seen a blackie this close before. The little black boy was here before my time. Did you really not know who's going to leave you here? That must have been a shock. Quite the chatterbox, aren't you? Suppose it's good you are quiet after the fuss you made last night.
I can't stay here. I can't.
You should try to just get on with things. Any house can be strange at first, but you get used to it, don't you? Give no bother, and you'll get none. You'll get your wages at Michaelmas, same as the rest of us, every second Sunday off for church. And the master's kind enough. As for Madame, she's very beautiful, but French, which Mrs. Lennox can never forgive her for. Each of them, on their own, is fine. It's marriage that seems to bring out the worst in them. He can never be exciting enough for her, but she can never be tame enough for him. Francis.
What are you discreet?
Morning, Mum, Madame.
And you are?
The new girl, Mum, from the Indies.
Frannie Langton.
I see. May I come along? Something new at last in this old boneyard. And how are you finding us, Francis?
A shock?
I suppose we are, aren't we?
Milton.
You know of it?
The mind is its own place. And in itself can make a heaven of hell. A hell of heaven.
And the tinder box is kept in here.
The African is sly, lascivious, lazy. What would such a person do with freedom? Freeing them would only put the devil in their heads.
Where did you get that?
You know very well where I got it.
What are you doing going through my things?
Your Mr. Langton wrote this. Furthermore, we can prove using the scientific method that the Negro is well suited to the work he's been given in the West Indies. He is contented with it. He neither needs nor desires to be freed. And the limits of any man's achievements lie at the limits of his desire.
Eat it, since you want to read it.
Langton's girl. Stay.
Sir?
I'd like a word with you. It's my idea, you know. Your education. See if we could make an English schoolboy out of you. Only we spared you the flogging and the fagging.
You did not spare me anything.
Perhaps Langton didn't. And I wish I'd known what he'd been up to in that regard. Please, take a seat. Our original intention was to engage in a study of the natural mental endowments of each race of men. That was all. Langton. He was the one experimenting on human beings. I was sponsoring him for science, not savagery. And now that he's here, my name is being dragged into all of the gossip and speculation concerning him alone. I told him repeatedly not to come here. He took it too far.
Until I sat face to face with him, it hadn't occurred to me that he would simply lie. That he would pretend he had no idea what Langton had been doing. That he had not been the one who put him up to it.
I want to know everything that happened there. Every last thing. The truth.
I was his scribe. That's all. But of course, I was lying too.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to confess Langton's sins?
I think we both know a thing or two about man's imperfections. About atonement. Very well. While you're here, would you mind taking down your hair?
What?
Not that. What do you take me for? I only want to study it.
For so many years, I told myself that if my path ever crossed his, I'd make sure he felt it. And then my courage failed me when I had the chance.
Yeah?
All that I had been through at Paradise,
55.
all that I had done, had been because of George Benham.
10.5.
Had been because he had pulled Langton's strings. And then, to find myself in his house, having to sit there while he toyed with me.
You know, I think we should speak frankly. It would assist us both.
It was at times more than I could bear. Can this last? Run away with me, please. Become your own woman. Frannie.
What have you done to yourself?
Sal?
Sweet girl. I bring you this. You're going to have to look presentable when them take you to court. And I bring you this for now.
Sal was always rescuing me. This time was no different. If there was anyone who could bring me comfort at my lowest point, it was her.
Beautiful.
Sal, what am I going to do?
Come here. We could start by fixing your hair.
What's wrong with my hair?
Sorry. I want me to tell you, something like this was bound to happen to that man. Him finally get what him deserve. I would have told you to kill all two of them long time. If I thought you had it in you. One thing I know for sure. Hell would have to freeze over before you could kill her.
We argued, Sal. Just before their guests arrived. Said some truly awful things.
A foolishness you talk. You never kill anybody. Where you get that?
Thank you for my hair.
Me come here to help you and you not even help yourself. You just slip right back into that poison. Coop on you. Frannie, no more of this. You hear me? You have to try to remember. You have to think. We have to fight this. Please, Frannie. Please.
But I'm not gonna kill you. She's dead. Sam. They are going to kill me.
No amount of love talk won't help you.
Maybe. But I have nothing left. It's all I have. It's all I had. It's all I wanted.
you just going to stand there?
Ma'am, I beg your pardon.
Madame, please don't mom me.
You're a writer?
Writer? I'm a wife. My husband would say that he's occupation enough for any wife of his.
But you're making notes.
I find it hard to read without scribbling my own thoughts alongside.
I do that too.
I think everyone should be prescribed a poem a day. Don't you? Though Byron here is proof, if ever it were needed, that a man is merely spoiled by his vices, while a woman is soiled by hers.
I've always wanted to write.
Not such a straightforward ambition for a woman.
No. I think that men try to separate themselves from the common history. Women write to try to join it.
English maids are not so well spoken as you are, nor as well read.
What do you think you're doing? Did I not tell you to be seen and not heard?
Surely I can decide who I wish to see or hear in my own house, Mrs. Lennox. The girl was only answering my questions. And while we're at it, I think I should dictate the sleeping arrangements in my own house also. I'm sure there is more than enough room for Francis upstairs with Prudence.
As you wish. In any event, it was you I came to see, Madame. You've not responded to my inquiries this morning. That is why I came up.
Your inquiries are tiresome. That is why I did not come down.
I thought perhaps Prudence had not delivered my messages.
She did.
Very well. There is still the matter of the portrait. The master is wondering why it is back on display.
I put it back.
By yourself?
You made the boy disappear. And now you want the painting to disappear also.
Be that as it may, Mrs. Benham, this sort of thing is not so much in vogue now, is it? I have asked Charles to see to it. Thought I'd give you fair warning.
This afternoon.
Delicious.
I was worried I'd made it too dry again.
It's very nice.
Don't get up, please.
Beg pardon, were we disturbing you, madam?
Oh, no. Mr. Casterwick, please. Do go on.
I'm sure I won't be playing what you're used to.
It's the violin, Mr. Casterwick. Whatever you play will be a lament.
Where is Mr. Benham? Your husband, Madame.
Your guess is as good as mine, Mrs. Lennox. Trying to locate the master of this house after nightfall is a fool's errand.
It's Madeira, Madame. Baked this afternoon. Shall I have Prudence bring you up a slice?
We should have a dance. Why not? Our own little kitchen ball. Come on, Charles, move the chairs. Allez, hurry up, beat. Now, Mr. Casterwick, might you have something a little less funeral-like in your repertoire?
Certainly, ma'am.
Francis, we're a man short. You or I must play the breeches role. Hand out.
Charles, and that's...
For me.
All right.
Love didn't do a thing for you back then, and it won't do even less for you now.
They're going to say I'm a murderer anyway. So, a thief, a whore. How can I fight it? If they point the finger at me, who's going to believe someone else could have done it? I have done many terrible things. You know that, Sam. I have been many terrible things. I was hurt also. They cannot tell me what I feel. Neither can you.
It wasn't just love. It was all the things we aren't supposed to feel. Need, want, anger, too. Anger and want. Equal as butter and sugar in a pound cake. I let myself want something. And I let myself imagine she might want it too.